Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a very special episode of Old School Shoots. We have the king of lies himself, Nobuhiko Takada, taking on Trevor Berbick. Now, Trevor Berbick, I believe, is the last man to ever have beaten Muhammad Ali in a boxing match, and currently his career is on a bit of a downturn. And Takada and the UWFI have swooped in and offered him a fight over in their organization. So I'll just press play here because we've got the national anthems and I can talk over the top of them. So I think, yeah, Trevor Berbick had already been beaten by Mike Tyson at this point. He lost whatever championships he had won. And his life seriously took a downturn after that. He also, there's contention as to how much he knew about this match going in, because earlier on the card we've had a boxing match before. Well, not a boxing match, had a boxer versus wrestler match before, which was Billy Scott versus James Waring, and that one was pretty good. Well, not pretty good, but it was pretty obviously competitive and an actual fight. Whereas I think Trevor Berbick thought that he was going into a pro wrestling match. And then that didn't come to fruition. And then perhaps the rules weren't explained to him, although there is assertions from various people that the rules were indeed explained many times to Trevor Berbick. But it could also just be Takada double-crossing people, as Takada does, because he's an awful human being. I like this production with the American flag over the face of Trevor Berbick as he looks on. Kind of looks like he's going to poop himself because he looks confused about this whole situation. I think he's finally realized, having walked out to the ring, that no one's taken him aside and talked about how the match is going to go. And so now it's just him realizing that, yes, this is actually going to be a fight in the end of things. Because, yeah, he doesn't look particularly happy to be there. He's a very big person, though. That shows you the serious size of heavyweight boxers. They're not small people. And here he is, the Prince of Lies himself, the star of the UWFI, Nobuhiko Takada. And this is one of the matches that really cemented Nobuhiko Takada as sort of like a shooter with a shooter reputation. Which was thoroughly undeserved. But yeah, there's a significant size disparity between him and our man Trevor Berbick. Short and sweet Japanese national anthem.
We've been waiting for a long time. Pro wrestling versus professional boxing.
Takada fixing up his wrestling shoes. Trevor Berbick talking to the referee about the rules. And there is, I believe that's Lou Thez coming over to talk on the microphone.
This is sport versus sport, discipline versus discipline.
After the ring announcer reads from the scroll.
Is the toughest discipline of all.
Okay, well, I'll wait for Mike Tyson's return, but up until then, if Trevor Berbick's representing professional boxing, let's wait and see. But I'm looking forward to an epic clash.
In all honesty, I think that that James Waring was, in fact, the most dangerous guy brought into the WFI for the boxing matches. And he got matched up against Billy Scott, who was probably the least dangerous. I don't know, he was a legit American wrestler, and he coaches catch wrestling in England, I think, now. Or maybe he's at Snakebit USA. Wherever he is, he's coaches catch wrestling now and seems to be a legit dude. But, yeah, Takada and Tamura, I think, both got the easier sets of matchups than poor old Billy Scott. There's Trevor Berbick.
In the blue corner is Trevor Berbick, coming in 215 pounds, the man who once defeated Muhammad Ali.
And yeah, if you heard the commentator there, indeed the man who once defeated Muhammad Ali, and that's why he's here. Also, he was probably broke at this point. Because everybody in combat sports is always fucking broke.
UWF International's #1 fighter, Nobuhiko Takada, coming in at 230 pounds.
Yeah, I don't believe these weights at all. Because apparently Takada's heavier than Berbick.
Both men face up to one another.
And it does not look that way to me.
Berbick is
Berbick trying to talk to the referee saying, no kicks below the waist. That's not what's going to happen here.
WBC world title. He once beat Muhammad Ali, and he had that WBC title until he fought Mike Tyson.
Alrighty, here we go. Match starts.
Berbick in the blue corner.
Low kick from Takada and complaints from Berbick. He is not a fan of that. And Takada's like, what bitch? I'm going to kick you in the fucking legs.
Drama in the opening moments of this exciting fight.
I don't know what Berbick's complaining about.
Another low kick from Takada. Still, Berbick still pissed off.
I don't think it's going to go that far.
Yeah, this is a fucking carnival of errors.
Saying he doesn't want to get kicked. He agreed to that.
Well, he doesn't seem to be agreeing to it at the moment. As I said earlier, 10 3-minute round.
He looks really shitty about the whole situation, which leads you to believe maybe he was double-crossed by the Prince of Lies Takada. Another low kick, and really got him right in the knee, and he doesn't like that one. Another low kick. Takada just ruthlessly going after that leg. Come on, says Takada. Let's party, bitch. Punts him in the leg.
Boxing against pro wrestling.
And the crowd going wild. Look at Takada go! He's talking to the referee. Berbick's holding onto the ropes, trying to get his arm detached. The ref's trying to get his arm detached from the ropes. Berbick's getting punted in the legs, and he's just extremely unhappy with the whole situation. Takada kicks him right in the fucking face. Oh, this is so bad. Poor old Trevor. And another low kick from Takada. Takada really just... He's found his path to victory here, and he's just going to go for it. Berbick's repeatedly saying, I don't know the rules, I don't know the rules. Another low kick from Takada.
Jeff, if he didn't know the rules, what is he doing with those karate protectors on his leg?
Another low kick.
The Japanese crowd are up, but Berbick and Takada more importantly are still up.
Referee constantly yelling at him to fight.
Referee one has taken
Oh my god, this is just the absolute worst.
Berbick said that if Takada kicked him,
Another kick in the legs. Takada has, he's seen how to win this match. Because Berbick has yet to throw anything back. He's just being punted repeatedly in the legs. And he's walked over to his corner. Corner's yelling at Berbick.
if nothing else, Berbick's got to fight on pride. He's fighting for the reputation of the
Yelling, give that a rest. He looked at the corner.
he should shut up, stop talking, and fight.
Another low kick. And that's it. Berbick's out of the ring. He doesn't want to fucking be there anymore. He's jumped into the goddamn crowd. Complaining the whole time. Well, alright, so we'll pause it there and have a chat. According to Dave Meltzer in the Wrestling Observer, around this time, there's sort of conflicting accounts of how much Berbick knew what was going on. Whether or not Berbick went in there thinking this was going to be just a pro wrestling exhibition, whether or not he thought it was going to be like American kickboxing with kicks all the waist up, which appears to be the case, or whether or not he had the rules explained to him properly. After this, his life would take a downturn. He was convicted of the rape of his children's babysitter. He spent a fucking terribly short amount of time in prison, like 15 months or something stupid like that. Like, for a convicted rape, that's just ridiculous. He then moved to Jamaica and then was beaten to death by his nephew with a lead pipe over a... over a disagreement about a pocket of land. Takada, of course, would become a very big and serious pro wrestling star in Japan and go on to help found Pride and become our most hated man on the entire internet. So maybe Trevor Berbick deserved this beating and this embarrassing loss based on what would happen to his life in the future. That's it for this episode of Old School Shoots. On that sort of kind of depressing note, we're going to end that one there. But this is not our final episode of UWFI versus boxing. Next time, it's going to be... I think we'll do Billy Scott versus James Waring, because it's a considerably better fight. And then after that, we'll be doing Kiyoshi Tamura versus Matthew Saad Muhammad. So please tune in for those. They'll be coming over the next couple of weeks. I hope you enjoyed that, ladies and gentlemen, and I will see you all next time.